So tonight we'll be presenting a case study on Wix's new pricing page and the team effort involved in both creating and localizing the product. I'm Ori, and I'm a UX writer at Premium Services, an internal company at Wix where we develop flows to support our top-selling services like premium plans for websites and other products like domains and business email. And I'm joined with Leslie.
Hi, I'm Leslie. I'm the localization manager for Premium, meaning I'm basically the bridge between the product localization team and the Premium team. And we're also joined by Paula tonight.
Hi everyone, I'm Paula. I'm the Portuguese UX writer. I write not only for Premium, but also for different Wix products and verticals.
As for our agenda, I'll be discussing the decision-making process behind this case study for the English market. Leslie will speak on how we prepared to localize the project, and Paula will share any insights into localizing into Portuguese and how it was adapted for the market. To begin, let's take a quick look at what the package picker looked like in 2008 to understand how far we've come to discuss what a pricing page, or package picker as we internally refer to it, even is, and why this case study is of particular importance. The package picker is a crucial part of Wix's product, as it introduces users to our main service, premium plans for websites. It also happens to be one of the most optimized pages at Wix, and you can imagine why, considering a large percentage of revenue comes from this page. That said, this product exists in a liminal space, as it can also be considered a marketing product. Wix presents its top features here, and it hopes that these features will compel more purchases. Throughout this case study, I'll discuss the changes made to this page above the first fold, as this section is crucial for capturing users' attention and experience the most significant modifications, including a complete overhaul of the plan names. So in the previous version of the package picker, before our case study, there were 3 tabs. The website tab, which included 4 plans. We also had a tab for business plans. And an enterprise tab, showcasing a fully customizable plan for large-scale businesses. And through the package picker, we aim to target 4 user segments: personal or DIY users, e-commerce, business non-commerce, otherwise known as lead generation, and enterprise. And during our research, my team realized that the package picker did not effectively support these main segments. The first identified challenge was the lack of clear differentiation between plans, whether on the website tab or the business tab. The package picker lacked top features above the first fold, and users struggled to find the plan that best suited their needs, based on the plan names and the descriptions. Another challenge was that not all users explored the entire offering. Switching between plans for comparison was confusing, leading users to stick mainly to the website plans and miss out on valuable information that can be found in the business plans. Also, the enterprise plan wasn't presented alongside the other plans, depriving enterprise users of the benefits and unique features it offered in comparison to the rest of the offering. So, to respond to these challenges, my team and I started on a project that we coined Project Sunrise to enhance Wix's offering in hand with an improved user experience. Our aim was to highlight Wix's value, which has been growing exponentially in the past few years, to our main segments. As this project was a risk, it marked the most significant update to the package picker in years, and many stakeholders needed to align for it to go ahead. We decided to focus on opening the A/B test only in the United States. This is not typical of our localization approach. Usually we aim to localize every product released at Premium and prepare accordingly. We knew, however, that if the test would succeed, localization would follow. As a UX writer on this project, I focused on the new experience's design and content overall, which included a rather complicated feat, renaming Wix's premium plans. I began by researching industry standards. Through this research, we understood that certain plan names such as Advanced, Enterprise Standard, Business, Basic, Pro were much more common. These names are generally aligned with user types, user phases, or feature amounts. Plan names could either speak to the plan itself or the user seeking it out. So with that, here's a quick refresh of the before as I move on to reveal the new package picker. And here's the after. The final result of the package picker above the first fold. After a period of intense research, writing, and aligning with an unimaginable amount of stakeholders, which, by the way, are all key phases of UX writing that we've discussed in past product lifecycle events. And now here's how we approached the experience. First, we created a package picker that is easily scannable, so users do not get lost in a sea of features, especially knowing that we need to grab their attention above the first fold. This will prevent an endless scroll experience, and a diverse set of users will be able to find themselves immediately as they arrive at the package picker. To ensure this experience, we also emphasized each plan's top features by building an ascending hierarchy. The most basic plan is just that, and the highest tier plan showcases the most advanced features. We also leaned into the duality that exists in the new offering. With fewer plans, as we remove the tab experience, commerce plans cannot simply only be commerce plans. They cater to multiple user types, such as lead generation and users with bookings intent. So we established our plan names based on these principles: Light, Core, Business, and Business Elite. So we sought to create a transparent hierarchy, so it's clear what plans are the most basic or advanced. We also aimed for a common theme, so it is evident that they are either getting a certain number of features, or like Light or Core, or a type of business level, like Business Elite. Finally, the plans reflect duality, such as with the business plan, which serves lead generation, commerce, and bookings. And once these guidelines were established, I handed over my research to Leslie and the product writers to begin preparing for localization.
Yes, I found myself in the complex situation of knowing about the project, but not knowing what would happen once the A/B test would be launched in English. So we thought of taking preventive steps, because in Premium usually we always localize everything that's being released, every feature, every new product that we release. But in this case, we were just uncertain about what would happen. So we took some preventive measures and we launched a research task for our writers, for our language writers. As you saw before, it took a lot of research to come up with the new names, for example. So Ori gave a kickoff and showed the language writers what she researched, how she researched, and also what she paid special attention to, in order for the language writers to be able to also take their time to do that research, and also decide whether they wanted to localize the names into their own languages or they would stick to English. Because when I saw the package picker first, the new one, I realized that the cards were tight. There was little real estate for a lot of long text. And I said we absolutely need to check what the languages would look like, especially because we support a lot of languages that are much longer than English. Here, for example, you can see German, the word edit in German is 3 times as long as the English one. And we also decided to ask our Portuguese, our German, and our Ukrainian writers to localize at wireframe stage non-final content in order to check what it would look like and be able to raise first red flags. Here you see the result. No. You see the result. The Portuguese version is on the left and the German version on the right. You can already see that there are a lot of line breaks. The space is really tight. And this is the moment we raised first red flags. Then we opened the A/B test in March for the US, and we surprisingly saw very positive results. So we knew that we would have to move forward with localization, and fast. And now I'm handing over to Paula, who will describe the journey she had with localizing to Portuguese.
So when we received information that Portuguese would be one of the first languages to work in the project of the package picker, we were very excited. But working the phase 1 wasn't easy because it was such an early stage, so we didn't receive the guidelines like character limitations, and the content wasn't the final one. So they really wanted to understand what were the localization needs, because like Leslie said, they were still considering if move forward with localization. So later on, in phase 2, we actually received, with all the localization team, we received the final content. Now we already had the character limitation and the final plan names. And then the character limitation then started for us in Portuguese, like a big challenge, because we have a very long language, and we realized that we have a very limited space. And now we move to a very interesting and challenging stage of localization that was localizing the plan names. It is kind of a love and hate situation, excitement, frustration. It brings a lot, it's a mixed feeling with it. Here you have an overview in which we have around 33 plans, which means 33 plan names. From that, 10 are premium plans from Sunrise and Editor X, 5 Sunrise plans, and those plans are localized in 21 languages. And from the 21 languages, only 6 localize the plan names. It's really, each language has autonomy and independence to decide either to localize or not, to keep it in English. I can talk about Portuguese, that it's my language. The reasons behind that we localize, I can't offer a plan. In Brazil, people don't really understand English. Most of the population doesn't understand English. I can't offer and expect users to purchase something that first they can't pronounce, and second they don't understand the meaning of it. So all the research that already did before, it would be for nothing. It was an empty word for our users. So we do decide to localize, and also each plan that we have, all the 33, they are unique names. So we don't even work with very similar words, or the same words we don't. They are unique plans. So here starts the research time, and here where it becomes the frustration and love and hate all together. So first we localize the names that we receive in English, and we check if do they fit, do they make sense, can we use this localized version? We check the other package pickers, are we using this localized word somewhere? We check the English research. And here you have an interesting case, like a Business Elite is the name, one of the plan names in English. Elite in English, in Portuguese, is also elite. So it writes exactly the same. We don't have in any other package picker this word, which sounds perfect. But if you check the meaning of it, that probably was like the values that Ori was attaching to it, it means what is best or strong in society and is valued most, which is perfect, okay? But in Portuguese, there is a second meaning, which is a very, very strong one, which is minority composed of people who consider themselves superior. So here it's where it makes a difference, or like a language speaker or really a native. We knew when we received this, we already raised the flag. We can't use this word. So here, it may be for language speakers, we would understand, okay, elite. If you check, yes, there is the positive meaning, but this meaning is a very negative connotation, and it's not aligned also with the Wix values, so we cannot use. So the process is always combining the English name, the English research, our research in localization, and always keeping in mind also the company values, and they all go aligned, they all move together. This is the result. On the top is the Portuguese. We localize as initial, essential, complete, professional, and enterprise. So in Portuguese, we really follow a hierarchy with the names, as if they tell a story to our users of their trajectory and their business success and growth. We want them to make sure that they feel that they have a path to go and to move, and that we will be here in all the stages of their business and growth. So they can see that if they have a plan and the business grow, and that plan becomes small for their growth, they can move to the second, to a third, second, third, and it will be a plan that will fit better their needs. I know. So localizing, it's always a balance between the knowledge that we have from our users and market mindset, and the instructions and guidelines that we receive from project managers, LOMs, even designers and English writers.
Now, to summarize, I would like to give you an insight on where we stand today. First of all, I want to insist on the fact that every language is very different, and they each bring different challenges with them, the length, the formats, and we need to try our best to support all of them with the solutions that we find. Today, our new offering is open in English in all English-speaking countries and in the EU, and an A/B test is running in Brazil and India. And the next phase is an optimization phase where the results are being analyzed and discussed, and then the team takes a decision on if and how to move forward with optimization. And we also are constantly trying to improve our internal processes, make them more efficient and anticipate better, and make sure localization processes go smoother. Now, all of this complex project also led to a lot of learnings and takeaways. First of all, still kick off localization on time and speak up on needs. To assure a potential fast localization, we need to be prepared. And early localization also allows us to raise red flags at early stages, so we can avoid going back on early design stages later on. I also would like to insist on the fact that having good communication with the different teams is very important. It helps us anticipate and understand what is being planned. The better I understand a project, the better I will be able to communicate it to the product localization team, and the better they will be able to localize this specific project. But also information exchange between the writers and research findings are very essential. And then some things are just out of our control, and this is true for all the disciplines represented here. Sometimes decisions are being taken that we simply need to accept and embrace, and we work with different teams and stakeholders. Sometimes unexpected decisions are being taken that we just need to work with. And last but not least, big risks can really pay off. These huge projects can seem overwhelming and require a lot of time and research, but in the end, positive results can surprise us. All three of us advocate for the users, and we all know who we represent and research for, and we include this in our day-to-day work. Thank you.